This week, we're taking it easy on the RV lot and finishing up some much needed projects around here. Daylight.
Oh boy.
That's a good thing or a bad thing when you're drilling a hole in your roof. I trust myself. Plus, I finally get that dryer fixed for Megan that I've been working on.
That might have been the easy part. Now I gotta put it back together and get it up in that closet.
But the highlight of the week, well, we couldn't resist a little detour for some laughs, and I guarantee you we check out something that you've never, ever seen before.
Check out that specimen. It's 36 inches long, babe.
Interesting stuff.
So, join us as we balance small town charm, some DIY, and a bit of mysterious fun along the way.
I never questioned my wife's choices. How appropriate.
Well, I hate to say goodbye to the spare tire cover, but I really don't know what else to do with it. I don't have a spare tire anymore. I don't have a Jeep. I guess we'll just have to throw it away.
Since we got a new vehicle, that means we got to get new accessories and toys and all that fun stuff, right? So we just ordered a tonneau cover for it. That's a must. When we had the F450, we actually used to have a nice toolbox and tonneau cover kind of combo unit that worked together. I really like that. I don't want to put a toolbox in here just because it's a 6-foot bed and that's just going to, kill half the space. When we had the big F450 8-foot bed, we kind of had room for the toolbox. But what I'm going to do is I bought a tote over here, a few totes, just to kind of hold everything. In the truck, I always like to have the necessities. So in this tote, I'm going to be putting basically random tools, rags, straps, bungees, knives, hitch extenders, some medical stuff, fire extinguishers, just all that kind of stuff I like to have just always on hand when we're driving around. You never know when you're going to need some of that stuff. So trying to get organized, trying to kind of figure out what's going to go where and things like that. And we'll just keep this in the back of the truck. Anytime we go somewhere, we'll kind of always have those necessities with us anyways. Okay, gonna see if we can get this put on today. Going with something different here from Tuxedo. I don't know, in the past, if you guys have been following the channel for a long time, when we had the F450, I always wanted a low-profile toolbox with the shotgun latches and a tonneau cover that would work with that. I wanted both, and I had an awesome setup. Again, low-profile toolbox. You didn't have to get in the bed of the truck to open it up. You could open it from the latches standing outside. Had the tonneau cover that butted up to it. Best of both worlds. Really like that setup. I don't want to put a toolbox in this truck with it only being a 6-foot bed. That's just going to kill too much space. And I wanted to try a new company. I didn't want to go with Access again. I believe that was the company of the last one. I had no problems with that one. I just want to try something new. This had pretty good reviews and see how it is. So we'll see if we can get that put on, how easy or difficult it's going to be. Much needed upgrade. Wasn't too difficult. Didn't do an install video or nothing. But if you are curious about that toolbox tonneau cover combo that I was talking about, I do have an old video to that I could put a link up to here if you want to go check out that. I don't even think they make that toolbox anymore, which is a shame because everybody loved it. Just being a low profile with the shotgun latches, it was a great toolbox. And even when I got it, maybe 5-6 years ago, it was hard to find. But anyways, what's next? Well, as you can see, still attacking this dryer problem. I ordered one of the thermostats, cutoff switches. It was bad. I replaced it. That didn't solve the issue. I was afraid of that. I was afraid there was going to be maybe something further on down the line. So it came down to actually taking the top off and the whole sidewall, looking at the wire diagrams, chasing it to another cutoff switch, little switch down underneath here. Tested it for continuity. It was no good, so we found that problem. Actually, a different one from last time. And again, if you guys ever have any dryer problems, like a whole video where you can go check it out, links to where you can get the parts and service and all that kind of stuff too. It's actually helped me out just going back and referencing. But I'm going to have to order that part They're not the quickest and fastest things to find. You can't just get it on Amazon. It comes from the West Coast. Today is Friday. I'm flying back to work Tuesday night. I don't think it's going to be back here, so I think Megan's going to be another 2 weeks without a dryer before I can get back. Take care.
Excited?
Yes.
The music
I'm so
alone
excited.
has me
I
pumped.
feel like I'm at Disney.
I know.
Squatch Disney.
Which one is the woman? I couldn't tell. Like, kind of.
Good question.
They're very chesty.
Good, how are you?
And she'll get y'all started.
Check out that specimen. It's 36 inches long, babe.
36 inch. Better clog the RV toilet.
Oh my gosh. Definitely need a poo knife for that one. Dogs.
Hot dogs out of a cooler. Pine berries.
Pancakes.
Pancakes. Deer.
You know that one.
Chicken. Mice wrapped in grass like little packages. Left as gifts.
Hors d'oeuvres.
And that may be what they eat, but they sure do leave some big old honking turds behind. 36 inches of.
Well, if they eat a whole
Bigfoot
calf, you know, they're probably going to have a big poop.
Yeah, I'm surprised they've only found one feces over this many years.
Maybe that was the only steaming one.
It did say it was steaming, didn't it?
Yes.
I found it steaming.
Complete with little hairs and everything.
Do you believe? But now you've seen it all.
That was a crack on a creek.
Crack on a creek. Bigfoot's actual crack right there from where he's sat now.
Next to the creek.
2 butt cheeks.
Yep.
I hope we don't see a cast of a Bigfoot. Well, you know.
What, babe? What were you going to say?
Just use your imagination. I've
Bigfoot.
already seen a
We've seen a
36
poop,
inch.
we've seen a butt crack. What else do you wanna
36
see?
inch Bigfoot turd. I don't need to see a cast of Bigfoot.
Anything
Well,
else? If you want to hear what Bigfoot sounds like when he talks, check these out.
Well, yeah.
Hold on a second. Let me get in on this too.
Sounds very similar to a chimpanzee. I think he's saying it's time to go. Well, I can officially say I did the Bigfoot Museum. And our quest to do some local stuff around the area. I know she's been a few times. I've never been. And I will say it was a little better than I thought.
Really?
Well, yeah, there was more to it than I thought. I thought it was going to be like really like chintzy, just like an open room with some stuff in there. So they I guess spent more money than I would have thought, like making the displays and stuff like that. It was a little better than I thought as far as like, you know, how it was displayed.
Yeah. They do a good job putting it together. I mean, just, you know, with convincing artifacts.
It's fun. It's
articles.
silly. I had to keep my comments to myself inside there in case there were some true hardcore believers in there. There's nothing wrong with that. I just don't want to offend anybody. I had to keep my Bigfoot turd comments to myself and things like that. But it was enjoyable. It was fun. Yeah.
You didn't really keep them to yourself. You just didn't say them as loud as you wanted to.
Yeah. I can now say, I've seen Bigfoot's crack and I've seen the turd that came out of it. I find it interesting the different names of the Bigfoot across the country and areas. I thought I'm not too sure how it's pronounced. It was maybe the Folk-U monster? Folk-U
No.
monster?
Folky, I think.
Fooky.
Fooky?
Fooky.
I don't know. From Arkansas.
I'm pretty sure somebody got scared and they're like, Folk-U monster, and that's how it got the name.
Careful there. Be very careful.
I think you can say that on YouTube. Interesting stop. It's only $9, but unfortunately, no RVs and trailers allowed, so you're going to have to disconnect. You can't just pull in with the RV and trailer. So, yep, you have to catch it next time if you're trying to take the big rig here. Worth a little stop up here in Blue Ridge, though.
Gotta come check out the Boojum.
Yeah.
That's another name.
So, after what you could call a educational experience and some good laughs, we decided to head on down the road just about another 15 minutes to the small town of Ellijay, Georgia, where we haven't been in a few years, just to go check out some small shops, enjoy a few good treats, and walk around and enjoy small town USA. You like that?
I like it. It's perfect for the cabin that we don't have.
Yes, it won't fit in the RV either.
No.
I don't know why we come in places like this.
Look.
Nothing's gonna fit in the RV. That and we saw some raccoons.
In a boat.
In a boat, which was pretty cute.
Kind of want that.
$3,000.
Yeah.
Taxidermy is
Oh,
expensive.
here's some raccoons doing what they do best.
This place is perfect for my parents' log cabin.
That's true.
Ha! I found something we can fit in the RV in this store. We got room for that.
That's right.
Oh, and I didn't even look what it said, but I never questioned my wife's choices. How appropriate.
That's right, because you are one of my choices. Don't make me regret it.
Husband holding vault.
Oh.
Used to be an old bank, and this is actually the bank vault. They changed it into like a little man shopping area. Kind of cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go over here and switch from city water to my water pump. It's just one of the things I like to do once in a while because it's good to exercise the water pump, and it's something you want to keep using once in a while, and it's really easy to get caught up just always being hooked up to city water, especially when we're not moving a lot and we're sitting on our lot like we are right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and put some water in the fresh water tank and use up what we have in there, because that's another thing. Sometimes you get 20, 30 gallons left sitting in the fresh water tank. It sits in there for a long time. I don't like that much, I don't like that too much either. So I want to run through that water. I want to use the pump for a while, exercise the pump. Having the water pump on is also a good way to ever know if you have any leaks going on, because if that water pump starts going off by itself once in a while, you got a demand for water somewhere, you got a leak. Not too big of a problem with us because we have the water stop. So if you don't know, we have that new product from Blue Technology, the water stop, which is really cool because it'll automatically shut the water down if you have any kind of leak. And I'm not talking about just a big leak, if a pipe breaks or something like that and the camper's about to get flooded. It'll register that pretty quick and shut the water down, but it also registers if you have a small leak you don't know about. And we talked about this in one of my other videos where we go over it, and I'll put a link to that up here if you want to go check it out. But what it does is it can measure a small amount of water over a set period of time. So you can set it to like a 1/4 gallon of water over 45 minutes. If that was to register that much water has been, a demand for that much water over 45 minutes, basically a slow drip, drip, drip behind a wall, in an underbelly, under a sink you don't know about, the water stop will register that and shut your water down and basically notifies you that you have a leak. So it's a pretty cool thing, but for now, I'm gonna hook this, get this water pump up and running. We're going out to breakfast today with some friends of ours, the Waters, who live pretty close by. We're gonna check out their new digs. They got a property, full-time RVers like us, but now they're kind of, they bought some property up here in the mountains. They're building a house, so we wanna go check that out. I gotta get over to my parents' house, help them out with some things. So, we got some stuff going on for the next few days. Daylight.
Oh boy.
That's a good thing or a bad thing when you're drilling a hole in your roof. Another little project around the RV lot here. We're putting a 50-inch TV up here in the gazebo. I've been dying to have a TV out here so I can watch some sports tonight and things like that. Watch some YouTube videos, sitting out here. So we'll see how this goes. Yeah.
Yeah.
I trust myself.
We'll see.
We'll see. All right, I think we got it. Let's put this down. There we go. Look good?
I think so.
That'll work. And then when you're not using it, you can take it and put it back up like this, and you can store it like that. So, yeah, should be.
Yeah.
Should be. Cool. All right, we'll get her plugged in and get her going. Well, as always, T-minus about 2 hours till I got to go to the airport, and work around here is never done. My last little circuit actually came in the mail today. So we're gonna try to get this installed, see if we solve the problem, see if I can get this up and running before we hit the road and fly back to New York. So be tight.
Got my finger. All right.
Plugged her in, and when we got everything open, don't recommend really running these. I'm gonna run it for a second just to see if that's gonna be it. Yeah, because obviously you always want to be careful. Electricity, capacitors, and things like that, but I already, checked that. Anyways, let's see. Let's just do.
Moment of truth.
There you go. That might have been the easy part. Now I got to put it back together and get it up in that closet.
You're my hero, babe. You can do it.
Yeah, you might be drying clothes on the floor for a while. I don't know. Let's see.
I'll take it over not having any.
Well, that is a wrap for the 2 weeks home. It is back to New York and work for me. As you can see, we're just kind of getting things decorated for the 4th of July here. Even though I'm not going to be here, but, getting the flags up, everything looking good. At least I'll be in New York, so I usually get to watch a pretty good fireworks display up there, so that's kind of neat. If I can get any of that footage, I'll send it to you guys.
I get to be here and have some friends over, and we're going to watch the fireworks here.
Yeah, Megan will be doing some stuff, but as always, guys, we'll catch you next week.